What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Patty Parade, and we're here to take another look at this beautiful game, Dragon Raja. We're going to be taking a look at the Bladmaster today. They have introduced a skip in the beta that allows me to get past all the tutorial stuff and lets us get straight to the college where, things pick up a little bit. We have some more skills. So I'm going to hopefully be able to go through and make a quick run through and first look at all of the class champions. I personally really am leaning towards either Soul Dancer or Assassin. I was not particularly looking to play Blademaster, but I've had a lot of fun with this boy. I am very, very impressed. I still don't know if I'm going to make a character when this goes live and, have a tanky boy. I might. It feels like an appropriate thing to do. But this skill tree is beautiful. Beautiful. Now keep in mind, I wish I had taken a screenshot of the Soul Dancer's skills because there's like 6 things so far. I haven't seen anything else. Get out of here, Nino. But look at this. Look at this. I'm like, there's nowhere I can put me in frame that I'm not going to be blocking something because there's so much here. Essentially, what a lot of these skills do is they'll chain into another ability. So if we look at this, we got Flash. Charge at the enemy, dealing physical damage to target and up to 5 nearby enemies, inflicting delay for 2 seconds. Triggers Counter Wave when delay is triggered. Once that happens, we then have the ability to use Moon Gazer, quick flick that deals physical damage up to 5 enemies in a small area, inflicts aerial can trigger Wayne when aerial is triggered, 18-second cooldown. There are some translation issues. Grammar's not going to be great everywhere. That's fine. I'm just letting you know to ignore that now. But this feels really fleshed out. When you're fighting in combat, it feels like you're really doing some things. So let's go ahead and start with the basic one. Sakura Slay charges a target, dealing physical damage to a target and up to 5 surrounding enemies. Target explodes if Cherry Blossom is present, causing up to 3 enemy units to sustain. And this number goes up with your level as you level up and as you level the skills up. All of your skills are things that you level up. So, I wish actual MMOs put this much into their skills and had this, it just feels so good. It feels very, very rewarding. So they sustain, 4,881. That number's going to change. Physical damage and reduced move speed while triggering Ephemeral Beauty. And that one switches over wide area slash 17k damage. Like, again, very, very, very new to this, and the numbers are all over the place. So essentially, all of these are good little moves, and then once you run out of those, you click on this little guy here, and that switches over to your Adachi form, which is then using the bigger sword that's on your back, and that's the form that's essentially used for tanking and everything. They've got a damage mitigation shield over this that after they take a bunch of damage, they can then counterattack and just do some gross damage. So same thing, we got, let's go ahead and start right here. Night Aftershock. Throw Adachi and switch to, that's when you can go back to the smaller sword one. So this should be the first attack, right? We'll go with this. 2-stage Whirlwind Cleave that knocks back up to 5 enemies in front, dealing physical damage and inflicting delay. So like stun essentially. Creating our current Adachi element will inflict additional burn, chance to freeze or shock 20-second cooldown. These will make more sense once you start seeing them. Azure Moon, a leaping slash that deals physical damage up to 5 enemies in front, knocking them back for 7 meters. Can trigger diagonal slash on hit. I wish they showed the percentages Because some moves will always roll into a second move. Some moves have a chance to trigger the other move and everything. So you kind of have to keep an eye out for that, which I really, really like. That's fun. I like engaging combat, and they did an amazing job at making Blademasters feel engaging. Like, we're in the middle of a mission right now. Let's go ahead and go beat some people up and let you guys see these skills. Yeah, we're already at 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and start hitting something. Alright, so how you doing, boys? How you doing? Are you all ready to... Oh, they got a buddy on the bike. Alright, look, kids. Let's try to turn up a little bit. Alright, so there's... a little bit right now. I'm not sure why they're just standing there, but that's cool. If you notice the red thing on the ground, don't stand in red stuff. Red stuff is bad stuff. Don't at me. It's just the truth, dog. It's just the truth. Alright, so we've murdered an underling. This is a buff form, I'm guessing, and we're going to go ahead and just switch over to this. And that's the wrong move, because if I move, he doesn't hit me, and... Oh, there we go. We did get it. Bam! Boy, look at that damage. Loud. Loud. Someone pick this man up. And doing other moves also doesn't remove the second move that lines up. So that's really cool that you can weave other stuff in between. Especially if you know the effect of another move. You know, it's going to benefit another one. It just feels like you have a lot of play. So it's just so pretty and so fun. Let's see. Oh, no, they want me to go talk to them. Okay, so real quick, I am trying to avoid putting any story stuff out. The story so far is amazing. Like, I've been loving the story. This has been one of the phone games that actually, like, this feels like a game that just happens to be on the phone. There's a lot here. Let's take a quick look at some stuff that I skipped over by accident. We've got talents that can be switched and set to different ones across, you know, combat, whether you're in dungeons, you're doing arena. You get several options of these. We're not going to go through all of those. Then we've got another talent. Let's see. This is your EX system, so this is kind of like Limit Break, if you're thinking of like Final Fantasy and everything. So a lot of these are like special moves that just make you turn up and murder everything that's on the screen. Oh, this wasn't the thing that I was looking for. So there's a place that you can actually set your priority like order. So if you want to auto everything, you can set priorities for all of your attacks. Combat settings. Here we go. This is amazing. I wish every game that had autoplay put this system in. I actually wish that it was bigger and was an attack order. So essentially this is prioritization. In theory it should be if Flash is on cooldown, it's going to use Flash first. If Flash isn't on cooldown, then it'll use Blossom Dancer, so forth and so on until all these moves are on cooldown, and then it'll have a chance to go over into Red Lotus. I wish I could set an attack order. And a little bit of my testing and everything, if you go through all your normal cooldowns, a couple of them are staggered enough that you'll be able to use them 2 times before having to switch over into the Red Lotus form, and then you can kind of do the same thing where you run through all their cooldowns 2 times and then switch back over. And that just seems to do a great job of killing everything. We're still really early on in this. So we're going to keep working on all of that. It's too early to be able to really get into any of the min-maxing stuff yet. But out of just pure enjoyment level and how much I've been enjoying just testing out the character, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. If you like, you know, hard-hitting melee boys, you're going to love you some Blademaster. Okay, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. I don't want to keep it too long. Definitely keep an eye out. We're going to be going ahead and trying to get out videos for the other 3 classes. And then there's so much to this game that just on the interface level, there's enough stuff for us to talk about for weeks. So there's a lot of oh god, I gotta pick a career now. There's so many things. The game does a really good job of laying everything out and letting you know what stuff you need to look at and pay attention to, and some of them start to become habit. So it's gonna seem really complicated and overwhelming at first, and I promise that's gonna get better. But I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys on the next one. It's been your boy Petty Parade, and we out at ya. Deuces, where's that